Good evening, everyone. Travis here, Travels with Travis, and today we are just outside of Santa Fe at the Rancheros de Santa Fe Campground in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Where else? And I'm going to tell you today about the campsite and give you my thoughts and feelings. That way, if you're coming to Santa Fe and you're looking for a place to camp, you can kind of get an idea of what this place is like, or you just want to know how the place is like to make a decision about whether or not you want to stay here. So, Rancheros de Santa Fe is right off of I-25, just south of the city, as I mentioned. Is about 15-20 minutes away, depending on where you're going. It is off Old Las Vegas Highway. Also out here, it is just off of the old Route 66, which kind of curved from Albuquerque out here. There's a little detour. I think it was pre-1937, and that's pretty interesting here too. So you get to see that. Now, whenever you pull in, you'll immediately see the office over here, and you'll walk up to the office, and that's where you will register and get all your things together. They will give you a map. This place has tent camping and RVs with full electric hookup and all that other fancy stuff. I am in a tent, so I'm not really going to talk about the RV sites too much. Once you get everything rounded up, you will go to your campsite, and the campsite's pretty standard. They have a fire pit and the tent pad, and of course, usually most of them have an overhang for your picnic table, unless there's trees. Then, if not, then they'll have the overhang. I would always try to recommend if you could request a site with trees, as our tent does kind of face the sun, and it cooks us out of there in the morning. It'd be nice to kind of have those trees to keep you cool during the day. So once you get set up and everything, you're wondering, well, what kind of cool things can I do here? Well, the first thing is there is a hiking trail that does go all the way around back the campsite. And back there is a canyon that you can kind of see with a big overview. And back in 1862, there was a Civil War battle fought there. It was the Battle of Glorieta Pass, which is pretty cool. Another fun fact, of course, is apparently Clint Eastwood filmed the movie here, so that's pretty interesting. But anyways, once you're done hanging out on that hiking trail, getting some exercise and going through the nice nature walk out there, they also have a movie theater. They really crank it during the summer. They have a movie every night for you to come and sit and watch. And of course, right next to it is a pool, also open during the summer. Of course, right now I'm in a jacket, so too cool to be in the pool. Also, next to it, they do have a playground, and I have seen kids playing out on the playground. It does look like a lot of fun for the little ones if they want to get some exercise and you just want to hang out here at camp. I feel like there's also a little fence there for dogs and stuff, so you can kind of get them exercise too. Something for the kiddos, of course. Beyond that, if you're wondering what the ambiance is like here, it is mostly quiet during the day and the evening times. However, since it is right off the highway, it can get a little noisy, so that can be an annoyance during the day and at night. Mostly at night, because obviously you're trying to sleep. You can kind of hear the cars and the 18-wheelers go by making that sound, and it can kind of be bothersome. I'm just a really light sleeper. Any little sounds wake me up, so that's why it bothered me. If it doesn't bother you, that's cool, or if you need to just throw in some earplugs. There is somebody across the street here that does have roosters or something like that, and some goats, and you can kind of hear the goats every once in a while, and the roosters as well. Cock-a-doodle-doo, of course, that's what they do in the morning. Can kind of get annoying when you're just trying to sleep and the sun just came up and your tent's all bright now and you got to hear the roosters. But that's just what they do. If it doesn't bother you, cool. It just, I'm just a light sleeper. Other than that, the other thing I've heard out here at night is coyotes, which actually I think is pretty cool. Gives you that, southwestern desert feel. You hear the coyotes howling at the moon. So that is pretty cool. As far as amenities here, of course, they do have showers in the bathroom. The bathroom is pretty nice. They keep it clean. They have stalls, of course, and showers in there. And it is open at all hours of the day. Also, if you're over by the tent camping sites, they do have a compost toilet. And it is private with a locked door, and it's actually pretty nice. I went in there, and I was afraid it would actually smell, and it did. So that's actually pretty nice. Thank you for taking that one, Travis. Like I said, the compost toilet is over by the tent sites, and doesn't smell bad, which is really nice. However, over here we do have a charging station where you can bring your laptops and cell phones only, as that's what the sign says. It is the only place you can charge your cell phones and laptops, unless, of course, you're in an RV or have an electric hookup site. Over there by the patio is also another outlet. We run an extension cord in order to hook up our stuff and charge, but that's another amenity. All right, Travis, picking up where I left off. Right here we also do have some cabins, so if you're out here and you want to sleep in a cabin instead of an RV or a tent site, there you go. Also, I wanted to add in that they do have a dish area right here, and they do have a dish rack, which is pretty cool. That way you can get your dishes done. Since it is a dry climate, they do get dried pretty quick. Right next to the dish area is the laundry room. So they do have a laundry room right here where you can get your laundry done, and it looks pretty nice inside. I believe it is coin operated, I'm assuming. So that is part of the amenities. Back at you, Travis. The only other thing I can think of is the cell service. If you have T-Mobile, it is absolutely terrible. There's no cell service here. I believe AT&T and Verizon do work. They do have some cell towers here, and I guess they just don't serve AT&T. As far as the Wi-Fi, they do have Wi-Fi that is spread out through the campground, but depending on where you're at, it can kind of be a weak signal. However, over here at the patio, they do have Wi-Fi. Is about 30 megabits per second, which is impressive, and we go down there to do our work because we're filmographers and photographers, and that's where we go to do our work. You can kind of hang out there at night. It's really nice. The patio has these string lights on it, and they also, over here by the theater and the pool, they have these really cool light fixtures that have a Zia symbol on them, and they turn them on at night, and above them they have these tiles of Cocopelli and some other Southwest artwork, and it's just really cool to just kind of sit out there and soak up that New Mexico ambiance and really enjoy it. So anyways, that's pretty much what I think about Rancheros de Santa Fe. I probably would give it a 4 out of 5 stars just because the highway's here and it can be a bit noisy, but that's just up to you whether you like it or not. Overall, the campsite's real nice to put together. It's right down the street from the city. It's got some old history here. It's got some things to keep you entertained, if you just want to hang at the campsite. So overall, I think it's actually pretty good. It's a good place to stay. I hope it aids you in your decision, and if you want to stay here, great. And if not, well, then kiss my ass. That was Travels with Travis. We will see you next time.